Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a 2025 launch, debuted at Geneva Watch Days from Bethune of Lauberson. This is the DB25xs Starry Varius. So if you know the lingo at Bethune, XS means smaller, proportionally identical to the 42mm watch. It is nevertheless more compact, now available in grade 5 titanium or rose gold at 40.6 millimeters in diameter, measures 10.2 millimeters thick, and from lug tip to lug tip, 47.7 millimeters with a 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw the watch on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see the watch wears beautifully. The best fit I've had yet from a DB25 Starry Varius. Lug-to-lug, less than 48 millimeters across the wrist, so you can wear this easily on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. A domed bezel, a flat profile. It will slide effortlessly underneath the cuff. It is a light and wieldy watch in grade 5 tie. You can see the strap here, likely used solely for demonstration and shipping purposes, since this is a pre-production prototype. Rest assured you'll have any strap you like, including gaiter, on production models. The watch features a buckle designed to match the understated qualities of the DB25 case at Bethune. The buckle generally matches the character of the watch. They don't have one stock buckle, they have many. And so you can see here we have a solid dial, a round case, fixed lugs. This is not the exhibitionist, extrovert, avant-garde DB28 or its little brother, the DB27. This is for those who are coming from brands like F. Pigeon, Patek Philippe, A. Lange & Söhne, or Laurent Ferrier, and on an elegance basis, it puts up a hell of a fight against all of them. On technical merit, I think you're going to see it pulls ahead. But first things first. As you can see, though, the case is conventional. It is not indistinct. It is a signature of Bethune that these cases feature all sorts of character lines, strong, thrusting, evacuated buttress-like lugs, knurled and drilled but unsigned crowns, and nod to classicism, a domed bezel, and then we have these little ogival tips at the ends of the lugs, the last vestige of the very first Bethune watch, the 2002 DB1 chronograph, and these features, these little torpedo tip lugs, found their way onto most Bethune watches ever since. As with H. Moser and C, we have a minimum of branding. Bethune engraved at the top of the dial, but from some angles you could miss it altogether. Modesty at its best. The dial features a toroidal outer track that's silver with blue print, including stylized Roman numerals, including a watchmaker's 4. There are sectors for the minutes and rose gold cabochon for reading the hours, as well as the 5-minute intervals. We have modified polished rose gold Breguet style hands, and you can see how the outer dial really does have a little bit of loft and camber above the center. The center is mirror polished grade 5 titanium that is then fired using a combination of just the right heat, oxygen, and duration to turn it this lovely burgundy. And you can see, as with the previous Starry Varius, we have this lovely Milky Way band across the center, fully customizable at your request to represent any night sky at any location on any date. And if you don't specify custom, it will be the sky over Lauberson, Switzerland, the night Bethune was founded in 2002. So we have these large celestial bodies, which are actually inserts of white gold, and then the distant ones are gold leaf. The watch features grade 5 titanium and high polish. I found that if you want a base metal that's most resistant to marking, grade 5 polished titanium somehow does the best job of resisting and hiding marks. Media Blast won't do it, Set Nation won't do it, but grade 5 tie when polished is probably the most resilient and mark resistant base metal you can get on a watch. Turning it all over, the goods. The thing about the DB25 is, though it's a simpler Bethune, it is not the entry-level watch. That's the 27. All of the DB28 theatrics are on the case back, including the twin self-adjusting barrels. That's patented. They cannot accidentally be overwound, and they endow the watch with a 6-day power reserve. You get the 1, 2, 3 shock protection springs of the patented triple parachute, which is there both to improve durability against damage, but also improve chronometry, as the watch will keep better time through shocks and concussions. We have a patented flat hairspring shaped by hand that breathes like an overcoil, concentrically, even time keeping in any position. Again, a patented hairspring curve with a patented balance. This is the 2016 patent balance with a blued titanium wheel and white gold masses, and it oscillates at 4 hertz. The watch features a 30 millimeter movement diameter, so it nicely fills this case back, and it all pivots on 27 jewels. Now you can see we have Côte de Bethune on the caps of the barrel bridge as well as the base plate. Take a look. We have fired blue titanium for the anchor of the parachute system, and then the springs themselves are actually mirror polished and beveled on their sides. You can see that the bridge fully rounded, black polished, and then tapering from the center to the exterior. Look at the knuckles where those arms join with the jewel cup at center. That's incredibly difficult to achieve by filing and hand finishing. You can see media blast on the base plate, and if you look carefully, you can actually see that we have 2 layers, the barrel cap and the barrel bridge, and all the way around you get double anglage. You can see this rounded, hand-finished, mirrored anglage stacked 2 deep, because we do have a cap on the bridge with mirror-polished recesses for the pivot jewels, and then black-polished screw heads. You can see that the barrel caps are both snailed, and the ratchet wheel teeth, I'll do my best to show this, but the ratchet wheel teeth here are actually micro-beveled, which is an incredible feat that takes immense time and skill. And then all of this 30 meters water resistance, so dress watch standard water resistance. But if you've been thinking about getting into de Bethune and the avant-garde character of the watches, or the size was keeping you on the sidelines, this is now your ticket to ride. $80,000 US for titanium, $5,000 more, $85,000 if you wish to own it in rose gold. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing and availability details of the newest and smallest DB25 Starry Varius. One last note. People ask, why Starry Varius? Because it sounds like Stradivarius, the fine stringed instruments, because they are both precision acts of hand craftsmanship. That's the link, and that's the basis of the name.